This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com. What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com. Have your SmackDown recap. This is a full one. This was February 4th, 2016. Took place in Memphis, Tennessee. Got Byron Saxton, Mauro Ronaldo, and Jerry the King Lawler as your commentators. They started off this SmackDown really well because they started off with a match instead of all of the talking. Your first match was Roman Reigns versus Rusev, and of course Del Rio and King Barrett, who has been mightily absent lately in terms of ring presence. They accompanied Rusev to the ring, and they did. Of course, they did a Royal Rumble recap of the League of Nations jumping Roman Reigns, and pretty much sacrificing him on the table and having Rusev jump off of that and splash through the announcer's table, and injuring them for the Royal Rumble, which they said that's probably the cause of them losing the belt. And then you had a Raw recap of Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns double slamming Rusev through an announcer's table. So they it started off pretty well. It seemed like Rusev was in trouble early, so the League of Nations decided to lend a hand. And despite all of the interference, Roman Reigns looked like he was setting himself up. He was going for the Superman punch. League of Nations grabbed his legs and just started whipping on him. Roman Reigns wins by disqualification. Dean Ambrose comes out there and he starts attacking everybody. Then he flies off of the ring and actually crashes into Roman Reigns. And then they end up kicking Dean Ambrose in the face, throwing him in the ring. Rusev putting him in the accolade. And it wasn't until Roman Reigns recovered from Dean Ambrose hitting him and grabbing a steel chair and going in the ring that the League of Nations was able to leave. And they left the ring. So after all that chaos, Dean Ambrose was interviewed about hitting Roman Reigns and whether or not that was actually intentional. Because keep in mind that the next pay-per-view, Fastlane, Roman Reigns will be part of a triple threat match. It's Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Brock Lesnar fighting for the opportunity to fight Triple H at WrestleMania. So, of course, Dean Ambrose said, "No, man, I'm just crazy. I'm full energy. I'm going at it. I was ready to do, and I just accidentally just hit my boy." We have times where we hit each other. We have times where we hit other people. This is time when we hit other people. At Fastlane, we want to hit each other. It just is what it is. Don't worry about it. So, okay, cool. That first match, 2 out of 5, just average match. Second match, you got the U.S. champ Kalisto versus Kevin Owens. Woo. And you had Dolph Ziggler on commentary. I tell you like this. Kalisto got punished the majority of that match. It wasn't until Kevin Owens decided to bring Kalisto out the ring, take the covering off of the announcer's table, take all of the machines off of take all of the cameras out and all that type of stuff, the monitors, pick him up for a powerbomb on the announcer's table, and decide to throw Kalisto into Dolph Ziggler. And then when Dolph Ziggler's like, boom, he recovered, like, say, man, what's up? Kevin Owens kicks him in the face, boom. Kevin Owens and Kalisto gets back in the ring, and Kevin Owens still looking at Ziggler like, what you want? You beat me a couple of days ago, but what's up now? Kalisto got a quick scoop hit on him. 1, 2, 3, he wins it. Well, Kevin Owens whooped up on Kalisto a little bit more before Dolph Ziggler ran in the ring. Kevin Owens just walked out, was like, what? So he really just punished both of those. That match was actually pretty decent. That was a 3 out of 5. Average match with some good action in it. Then they had a Raw recap of The Miz having AJ Styles on Miz TV, but dissing him the whole time, and then just AJ Styles just getting sick of it and just popping The Miz all in the face. So The Miz was interviewed, and he said, look, AJ Styles owed him an apology for, not accepting his tutelage. He said the only way that AJ Styles is going to even be great in the WWE is if he get to buy, the yes man, if he get his treatment that the Miz gave him and made him one of the most beloved superstars. So, people was booing, of course, in the crowd. So your third match was actually Ryback looking like a throwback Goldberg. He actually had on the black trunks. He came out in the black trunks this time instead of the Rob Van Dam looking uniform. He came out and he was fighting Eric Roman, who had Braun Strowman with him. They did a Raw recap of the Wyatt family pretty much jumping up and beating up the Big Show on Raw. Keep in mind that the Big Show did beat up on Luke Harper and he did whoop Luke Harper, but they whooped the Big Show afterwards. So it was back and forth action, and despite the minor interference by Braun Strowman, Ryback was able to get a pin victory. Braun Strowman smashed Ryback out the ring, and Ryback he just walked out. Match was pretty entertaining though. 3 out of 5. Ryback put on a really good show. He showed a lot of his wrestling range in this match. So the next thing they did, they cut away to an interview with Becky Lynch, and she was interviewed about kind of saving Sasha Banks because Sasha Banks turned her back on Team Bad when Team Bad was about to beat up Becky Lynch. She was like, "Look, I don't need your help. Y'all can just bounce." And Team Bad, Naomi and Tamina whooped up on Sasha Banks until Becky Lynch came in there and saved them, and then they was in a ring, kind of like a united front. And Becky was about to answer about that, and Sasha Banks came out and was like, "Look, I didn't need your help. You didn't need to do that." And Becky was like, "Look, man, you think you can take on 2 people? Your teammates, your old teammates, they pretty nice. They nice with it. You think you can take them?" He's like, "Well, I last longer than you. I don't think so." He's like, "Well, look, your teammates they gonna start gunning for you because you screwed them over. Say, hey, you helped me, so they gonna start gunning for you. Well, hey, we should just hook up together then. Fine. Crazy. They went with the crazy women thing, and they unofficially just formed a team just to watch each other back. And when Becky Lynch was asked about it, she's like, "Heck, I don't know if we just formed a team. It is what it is." So you went to your 4th match, which was The Miz versus AJ Styles with Y2J on commentary. They did the Raw recap of AJ Styles and Y2J match, which was a pretty good match. And AJ Styles came out on fire, and he was real aggressive, and he was just whooping up on The Miz for a little bit. But then The Miz, keep in mind, Miz is an ex-champion. The Miz did turn things around, but when it's all said and done, AJ Styles was able to show off a new move, which called the Calf Crusher, and The Miz had to tap out. The match was about a 3 out of 5. Y2J came in the ring afterwards, was like, "Look, man, you're a good dude, but are you great?" And AJ Styles was like, "What you mean? What's up?" Y2J said, "Look, next SmackDown, why don't you wrestle me again? You can beat me again. You great. You don't. You was just good. Do you accept?" Stuck his hand out to get it shaking. AJ Styles thought about it. Then he shaked his hand. Then he pulled Y2J close up because Y2J did that to him after that match. He pulled him close and looked in his face. AJ Styles pulled them close and was like, "I'm not great. I'm phenomenal. You remember that." Cool. Like that. I like him throwing his name in there. The phenomenal AJ Styles. So Roman Reigns, they cut away to Roman Reigns. He gets interviewed about the miscommunication that they had earlier where Dean Ambrose jumped into him. Roman Reigns was like, "Man, Dean Ambrose is crazy. We might be in the same book, but we never on the same page. It was an accident. What we do at Fastlane would not be an accident. That's what we purposely meant to do to each other. Tonight, that was just that. You'll see when we team up against Alberto Del Rio and Rusev tonight, you'll see that we actually can be on the same page." Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Memphis, Tennessee. The New Day come out. And, they pretty much told everybody that they have the gold, so that make them special, everybody else not special. And the social outcasts actually interrupted them and told them, "Look, firstly, y'all stupid, because y'all belts not gold, they're bronze. And we're going to take those belts from you." New Day said, "No, you're not." Hey, 6-man tag match. New Day versus the social outcasts, match number 5. New Day pretty much dominated that match for the most. They dominated it early. Then the social outcasts got in it, made it a really interesting match. And then, one of the social outcasts tried to use the ropes to actually win the match. But Xavier Woods hit his legs off and, saved the match. And everybody spilled out outside. They beating up each other. So the 2 men left in the match was Kofi Kingston and Heath Slater. And Kofi was able to get a roll-up pin on Heath Slater. And then Kofi put his legs on the ring. And since all of the rest of the team, all the other 4 was outside fighting, there was no save for them. So Xavier used their cheat technique to actually beat the social outcasts. They got the pin victory. That match was about a 3 out of 5. And then they did a Raw recap of Brie Bella beating Charlotte in a non-titles match. So, of course, the sixth match is going to be your Divas champion Charlotte versus Alicia Fox. Because, let's be honest, you don't let Alicia Fox really wrestle singles competition. And if the commentators say, oh, Brie beats Charlotte, so you have to put her in a Divas title hunt, of course you have to let Alicia Fox wrestle too, because you never let her wrestle. That way she can lose and be out of the Diva title hunt. So, of course, back and forth action is actually pretty decent. Charlotte was able to win that and put Alicia Fox in the figure 8 and make a tap out. Match was a 2 out of 5 because you saw that one coming a mile away. So then they did a cutaway of R-Truth trying to check out a hotel and Goldust coming at him again, dressed as a bellhop, saying, look, let me help you. We could be good partners. Why you tripping? Blah, blah, blah. R-Truth was like, man, you're a weirdo. I don't want to team up with you, yada, yada, yada. Goldust was like, you trying to figure out something. He said, look, you have luggage. Let me help you with this. I'm going to pick up this bag. I'm going to bring it to your car. I can escort you. R-Truth was like, nah, just don't touch my stuff. Let me have my bag. They get in touch, so R-Truth, all his clothes and stuff, fly out. He said, see, this is what I'm talking about. Stay away from me, man. You're a weirdo. And, Goldust found a pair of R-Truth underwear and was like, oh, I can fit these. R-Truth grab it for him. He said, hey, if you don't want them underwear, I can fit them. Let me have them, Truth. So, that don't help the weirdo rep. So your seventh and final match was actually Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns versus Del Rio and Rusev. Well, of course, KB, King Barrett, ringside. And they recapped the miscue between Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns earlier. And you had back and forth action until Rusev got in the ring. And Rusev actually looked really, really good. And he dominated. Then Dean Ambrose got into it. And he tried to, help out extra again. And then he almost knocked Roman Reigns over when, diving through the ropes. But, Roman Reigns was like, man, what you doing, man? Get focused, yada, yada, yada. And they tried to attack him from behind. Roman Reigns, boom, Superman punched that. And then, got in the ring and he speared Rusev and they won. Match was a 2 out of 5, too predictable. They couldn't, maybe next week they'll start off the animosity so they can say that, they won't team up against Brock Lesnar. But, the smart money is you team up on Brock Lesnar, then you wrestle each other and, try to keep him out the equation. That way one of y'all make it to Fastlane. Hey, that's my recap. Thank you for watching. Give me them thumbs up. Give me them thumbs down. I like them all. That, it just means that you watch it. Give me your feedback. If you think I should be doing something else, let me know. I'm user friendly. PlayTime cares on everything. Follow me on everything. Subscribe to this channel. Hey, I do more than just wrestling. I do a whole bunch of stuff. Check the channel out. Subscribe to me. PlayTime out.